I'm Billy Derian, and yes, I wear a chef's jacket for no good reason. That's probably why people come up to me and say, Billy D, you know food. Tell us what's the best good old-fashioned American food. Because our cuisine isn't just hot dogs, hamburgers, and apple pie anymore. Now, we're cultural diversity, ethnic flair. Just like my favorite place, it's Vietnamese pho called Bamboo, because this is where America eats. Because I know Tony, the owner of this place, I'm gonna get to go in the kitchen and cook some real, authentic Vietnamese food. Come on. The kitchen, huh?
Yes,
beautiful.
Right?
This is the cleanest kitchen I've ever seen. This place looks like a diamond set in platinum. It is amazing. You know, I was always wondering what was inside of your spring roll. We've got rice paper that she dipped in hot water to make it nice and soft. It's an Asian tortilla, but don't let them hear you say that. We've got our sliced shrimp, sliced long ways. Why are all these people shy? I don't know. Now, when I first started in food, it was at a fast food place called Taco Bell. And we rolled burritos like that.
Basically, they show the shrimp on top.
So you show the shrimp on top? I was gonna sit down, but I just can't wait. This looks delicious. The shrimp and the peanut sounds like a really weird combination, but it really is complimentary. It's kind of like a little symphony, a very distinguished and finite symphony in my mouth. All right, Tony, so pho is all the rage right now. So far, it doesn't sound that delicious. It's beef broth and boiling water. Somewhere in there, noodles come in and a whole bunch of vegetables and meat. Show us, Tony. I just discovered the mystery to pho. He put the filet mignon raw into the bowl, and apparently that broth is so hot that it's cooking it right now. I'm starving. Thanks, Tony. Beautiful. Love it. One of the things I like most about pho is you can customize it, personalize it. So you put in these two components in degrees of sweet and spicy. Wow. That's like grandma's chicken soup, only way in Southeast Asia. Thanks, Tony. Cheers. We'll see you again next time. They are famous locally for their mouth-watering, buttery consistent tri-tip. I'm going to tell you the secret later, how they get that tri-tip so good, because we're at Red's Barbecue. There's only one thing I eat when I come to Red's. Tri-tip. You know it, tri-tip. You will not believe how soft. I'm gonna cut it, not with this, but with this. Check this out. Yes, that's a piece of tri-tip. Tim here at Red's brines his meat. 24 hours with a little bit of salt, a little bit of spices and water, soaks it, then he puts it on the grill. That's how you get a piece of meat that is more like a piece of butter than it is like a piece of beef. Man can't live on protein alone, right? This is the tool of choice. I think my pancreas just broke. Next stop, south of the border, El Patio Mexicano. All right, Leno the chef and the owner here, right? This is the owner of El Patio. This guy has made me fat for about 12 years. Thanks a lot for all that. So no Mexican restaurant is worth its beans without good beans. Check this out. They're gonna teach me how to make their famous El Patio skirt steak taco. The only flavor from beef comes from the fat, so don't be afraid of it. Put this here. Order up. I'm gonna make world famous Azul Paradiso, Blue Paradise. Curacao, see? Learn something every day. Cheers. Or salud.
Salud.
Oh, well, that's a quick tour of all of my favorite places to eat in my little town. Food is love, baby. I'll catch you next time, right here on the streets where America eats. All right, so here's the informal part of this audition tape. The 5 questions you want answered for casting, here it goes. Tell us a bit about your food experience. Well, when I was about 13 years old, my neighbor owned a catering truck, and I'm not talking about one of those fancy schmancy gourmet catering trucks, one of those beat up white ones. And every summer for 3 years, I worked on that thing. So I cut my teeth in the food industry in a hot and sweaty catering truck running around Los Angeles. I learned everything from how to make a pastrami sandwich how to make a carne asada burrito, to how to deep fry anything and everything that you could dip in a batter. So on to fast food after that. I had the typical jobs out of high school. I had my fast food places like Taco Bell, McDonald's, just like every other American kid. But the most training I ever got was as a line cook in a place called the Bear Pit Barbecue. And in a couple of minutes, I'll tell you my funniest food story. Well, it wasn't funny to the owner, but it was funny to me when I lit the entire kitchen on fire on my very first day on the line there. Where do you go for great barbecue? There's a lot of great barbecue places in this world. There are some authentic places, there's some places that are chain oriented, there are some franchises. But for me, because it's close to home, because they have the best tri-tip on the planet, and because Tim, the owner, is there almost every single day to watch over things, Red's Barbecue is the best. You already saw a little cut of that. Enough said about barbecue. So tell us a funny story about food. Well, funny is subjective, right? The owners of the restaurant didn't think it was funny, but I thought it was pretty funny looking back 30 years ago. My first job as a line cook was at the Bear Pit Barbecue, just a couple hundred feet away from my house. The first day there, they asked me to cook some taters, which were frozen tater tots. Well, I thought, you know what? Drop them in the deep fryer, best way to cook anything, right? It's boiling hot, a couple minutes it'll be done. I dropped an entire pan of frozen tater tots into a 400-degree deep fryer. Now, for those of you that know anything about science, that is a bad idea. The oil exploded, I backed up, it did not burn me, but it lit the entire kitchen on fire. All of the fire extinguishers were going off, all the alarms were going off, and that restaurant was closed for business because Billy D was on the line. The good news was, I helped him clean up the place and I kept my job. Kind of funny. Looking back, to me, it was really funny. So why am I uniquely qualified to host? Well, here's a couple things. First of all, I'm a foodie at heart. I've done a lot of other things in my life to make money. I've been a landscape architect, I've been an interior designer, I've even built hot rods. But to me, food is really at the depth of my soul. It's all about culture, bringing people together, and I'm a chameleon. I can walk up to anybody and make a friend. I've never been in a place where I didn't get a free drink or, right Tony, a free meal. So to me, being a people person and truly knowing food from the inside out, ingredients, cooking techniques, and the business of running a restaurant makes me uniquely qualified for doing a food show. Plus, I'm in my third season of a very top-rated hit show on Scripps Network. I'm not going to mention it, you can Google it.